I think most of us walk through life thinking we're pretty decent people. We try to be kind, we try to be fair, and we'd never deliberately go out of our way to hurt someone. But what if the biggest threat to our spiritual well-being isn't some big, obvious evil, but actually the small, seemingly insignificant harms we commit without even a second thought? Okay, let's dive into this. This probably sounds pretty familiar, right? It's a comfortable thought to have. Hey, I'm a good person. I would never intentionally hurt someone. And look, for the most part, that's probably true. We see ourselves as fundamentally kind at heart. And this is where it gets a little tricky. What about the harm that just flies completely under our own radar? The kind we don't even register as being hurtful, but it leaves a real mark on someone else. And, as we're about to find out, it leaves a massive dent on our own spiritual balance sheet. And believe me, this isn't some rare hypothetical scenario we're talking about. This is a daily reality. These unintentional harms, they're just woven into our everyday conversations, our social media posts, and even our private thoughts. I mean, just think about how normal these things can seem. Backbiting, talking about someone when they're not around to defend themselves, mocking, making fun of how someone talks or what they wear or what they believe in. And maybe the most subtle one of all, just laughing at someone, making them the butt of the joke. And it is so easy to just brush it off, isn't it? We tell ourselves, oh, it was just a harmless joke, or, come on, I didn't mean anything by it. We just classify them as these minor slip-ups that don't really count in the grand scheme of things. But here's the absolute heart of our explainer today. According to the prophetic tradition, these small things, they carry a devastatingly high price, and it's paid in a currency that matters way more than any money ever could. So, to really get this cost, we have to understand the setting where the bill comes due, the Day of Judgment. This is the day when every single action is accounted for. It is the ultimate audit, where every interpersonal debt must be paid in full. On that day, your cash, your investments, all your assets, they are completely worthless. The only currency that has any value at all is the ledger of your good deeds versus your bad deeds. This is such a profound warning. I want you to notice the urgency here. Settle your accounts today. Why? Because a time is coming when worldly money, dinar, dirham, dollars, you name it, is totally obsolete. The entire transaction system changes. So, how do you actually pay for that bit of gossip or for mocking someone? Well, the price is your good deeds. Your prayers, your charity, your acts of kindness, they get taken right out of your account and transferred to the account of the person you wronged. You are literally paying for insults with your most valuable spiritual assets. And what if you run out of good deeds? What if your account is empty? Well, it gets even worse. The system then takes the bad deeds from the person you harmed and puts them onto your account. So you don't just lose all your good, you actually start taking on the bad deeds of other people. This is what it all leads to, the end result. You could arrive on that day thinking you're spiritually rich, only to discover that all your debts, all those small harms, have completely wiped you out, leaving you bankrupt and burdened with sins that weren't even yours to begin with. Okay, that sounds absolutely terrifying, I know. But there is a clear way to avoid this spiritual disaster. And the solution isn't complicated, but it does require some real humility and, well, immediate action. It's a simple 3-step process. First, you turn to God and you sincerely ask for His forgiveness. That's istighfar. Second, and this is usually the toughest part, you have to go to the person you wronged and you humbly say, I am sorry, please forgive me. And third, you take it one step further. You actively pray for that person's well-being, turning that old negative action into a new positive force. See, this 3-step process is so powerful because it's so complete. It repairs your relationship with God, and it repairs your relationship with the people He created. You can't just do one without the other. Real, true repentance means you have to address both sides of the coin, the spiritual and the human. So, after everything we've gone through here, if there's just one thing you take away from this entire explainer, what should it be? It's this. Simple as that. Protect your spiritual investments. Every good deed you do is precious, so don't let a moment of carelessness, a little joke, a sarcastic comment, a piece of gossip, just burn away the very things you are working so incredibly hard to build up. And that brings us right to the final and most important question. This isn't just some theory, okay? It's a call to action. I want you to think about it right now. Is there someone in your life, past or present, who you might have wronged? even by accident, the time to fix it is now, today.